Learnworlds is no doubt one of the best online course that you should be using if you want, or if you are planning to come up or create with the courses with an online courses for your students. And yeah, in this video, like aside from the page builder, how intuitive the page builder is, I'm going to teach you as well how you can override the default styling in Learnworlds using a custom CSS. And again, this will require a custom CSS. If you're not familiar with that, I would highly encourage you to check or to ask and tell your web developer about this tutorial so he or she can overwrite the styling in Learnworlds. So excited about this. Let's dive in now. 1, 2, so I'm going to teach you how you can take advantage of the CSS section in Learnworlds. And again, this is just optional, just in case you want to tweak your layout in Learnworlds and you're not contented with a page builder, then you can use their custom CSS and custom JavaScript. Other also you can do is you can transform the PSD to Learnworlds, and there is an option for that, but you just need to familiarize the classes that you should be using when you code your style. So I'm gonna discuss the basic, we'll not go further, but I'll show you how that works in a few minutes. So let's say I want to add, let me try to come up with like, okay, I'm just giving you an example, by the way, guys. So let's say I'm going to add a buttons. I'm going to change these buttons to gradient because I believe Learnworlds doesn't have options for you to come up with a gradient style. These are all solid style, I believe. So how we can override this one. So in order to do that, just let's try to preview this page a little bit, and I need to inspect the elements first. Okay, and then I will try to get this. Right click, inspect elements. So let's just pretend that I want to just get this part, this button, and I want that to be override. So we need to get the CSS class for that, this one. So if I click the plus there, I'm sorry, it should be, if I copy that one, and I think it's called, it's not getting, but I am seeing that this CSS, this styling is coming from Learnworld /button/accent1. So if I copy that and then put it on the page custom CSS and under, I would say, you can come up in here, that one, and do that. And then let's try to get some sort of, I'm going to try to get some like styling in here. So let's do this one. Copy that and then put it over here, and then I'll try to save this. So update and save, and let's try to refresh that again. Let's see how it looks. Refresh. A minute. So I'm just trying to refresh that, and let's try to preview that again. Oh wait, it's not changing. It's a bit bummer. So let's try to do that again. I'm going to grab this part here, this background something, yeah, this one, and then copy that, and then put it in here. So that's how it looks. That should be the right thing, right? So as you can see here, like the sign was changed. I can even put like a border radius of 5px. So that's how it looks. But the problem is, like, I mean, Learnworlds doesn't have a gradient, so I need to just copy this part, copy the selector, and I put it on the layout, so I need to double check that one. Going in here, like as you can see, like the buttons are changing into gradient style, so like that. And what happens really is the reason why it's not reflecting over here because I am signed in. I think this is a bit bummer in Learnworlds. Like they should have also an options for us to set in global pages. Like it's not just for login or log out. It will be redundant to come up with something like this. Let me try. So if you do that, Like as you can see here, it was changing from gradient because we set a a custom CSS in the logout and in the login. It doesn't make sense for me, guys. What are your thoughts about this? Because I would prefer to just come up. Oh, there is an options in here. My bad. So what you can do instead is I'm gonna copy this one and remove this one and put it in here under style dynamics. Okay. Yeah. So you put it here and then let's update this one. Refresh. And if we do this way, you'll see that the changes, I mean, the global accent one color are changing into gradient. Now, what if you don't want to change the other buttons? You just want to change like this button. So you just want to change these buttons, like this one. So what you can do is we need to come up with a custom CSS for that, or custom class rather. So you go back into your style page, custom CSS, and then you select the elements. And I believe this is the so-called buttons for this one. This button, by the way, only appears if you log into the Learnworlds. So I'm gonna target that one instead of targeting the whole accent color. I will type a word custom VTN. So basically, we are adding a CSS code in this part. So it's called Learnworlds main text. Yeah. So not this one. I'm sorry about that. It should be under join affiliate. So I already come up with the buttons here called custom VTN. So let's update that one. And I'm going to go back into the site custom CSS, go back to the dynamics, and I will add a custom VTN over here. And let's see how it looks now. And let's save and refresh. So if you go in here, the gradients were already gone, but let's dive in at the bottom part if it's still applied or not. So as you can see, the gradients only apply to the buttons where there is a custom BTN class. So that's how it works, guys, for creating or tweaking your style in Learnworlds. And then other thing as well, like if you want to make sure, if you want to keep your styling still working in the Learnworld section, you need to grab the reserve CSS class that they are using when you are, let's say you are designing from PSD and you want it to convert into Learnworlds type. So you need to get the reserve classes that they use. So how you can do that? So click the add section, and then if you go to the build your own thing, so I'm going to try to, let's say I want to grab the reserve classes of 4 columns. So click that. So you have this one, and I'm going to try to just add a simple text in here. So text and type in that way. So huge text is fine. Let's just put some full text word there. And I will go into the page source again, selected elements. And okay, it's just not working. I'm expecting it to work. But anyway, so click that again, custom CSS page. And yeah, this one, I believe. So as you can see here, there's a lot of classes, by the way, guys. Like I believe, like this one, they use a column class for the entire one. It's a common class that they use is called, okay? And then for the, if you use only one column, one row, you need to use a one hyphen row as the class. I mean, when you are developing your design from scratch using the Visual Studio Code or other code or putting in a Figma, you need to follow the reserved class that they are using if you want to keep this edited part. Because if you use the custom one and you use a class that Learnworlds cannot read, then you don't have options, I believe, to change this.